All right, good afternoon and greetings from South Georgia, USA. Greetings to the entire world. We are out here on May the 6th, 2025, a beautiful spring day. The moon is visible right now. I don't know if you can see it in the phone camera, but it's very visible to me. I think you can see it. Not you can't, but I believe that the video will pick it up. Because I saw it yesterday on our other video out in the woods. I caught a glimpse of it as you were looking up. Okay, so there's the moon, about a little more than half, doing its thing. Today I am going to be showing you my go-to garden tool. Likely as not, when I go to trying to get a hold of a tool to work my plants or my trees, it's going to be this right here. It's a Corona GT3244. Made out of some kind of hard fiberglass. It's got a comfort gel handle. It's got the digging forks, and it's got the small hoe. Now I'm going to show you why I like this tool, and then I'm going to show you how I build. I call it a drip edge trench. And this one right here is almost finished. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to show you first thing about this hoe, that not only does it hoe dirt and weeds and all, but let me show you, you can also use it to chop grass by holding it sideways. Look at that. If I want to kind of cut back a little bit on the tall weeds that are growing around this olive tree, see these right here? Now, it's not made for cutting grass, but guess what? It will. It's light enough. Here's a briar. Dog fennel. If it'll get dog fennel, it just about will get anything. Now see, I've cleaned up around this tree a little bit. Not that this tree is being damaged by this, because I've got such a large cultivated area. And let me show you what's growing up right here. These are persimmon root suckers off of those persimmon trees right there. But I'm going to just clean up a little bit, just a little bit. Grass and weeds are the enemy. And we just attack them. Now the first thing I do is I get out whatever weed infestation. Now this piece of grass right here, I want to show you. That's called a Now I try to maintain my border here. That right there is a sage plant that I planted in here. See there? Sage. Very nice herb. And one of the good things about maintaining this large cultivated area is that you can plant stuff in it. I'll show you one over here that I've already done. And see, there's a pepper plant over there toward the back of it. I've got a sage right here. It's just a piece of dirt that you can utilize. All right, the theory behind the drip edge system is trees, when they get large, take the rain and it drips to the outside. It drips out, and that's why you don't get quite as wet when it's raining if you get under a tree, because the tree is dripping the rain to the outside. And what that does is it wets it out away from the tree, and that in turn encourages the tree to reach out to the water. The roots reach out. Well, this tree right here doesn't have a drip edge. It's not big enough. So we're having to baby it. So what we're doing, there's another piece of grass. What we're doing is we are creating an artificial drip edge. We are cultivating this tree as if it were a baby, and it is a baby. And babies can't make it on their own. You have to take care of them. Now, yes, in the wild, sometimes fruit trees will make it, but they have to be in exactly the right place and the right conditions. Well, we're creating that right place and those right conditions right here. So the drip edge trench method, I'm going to get away from this tree. That's about a good 2 feet. It'll be many years before that tree gets big enough to create its own drip edge out that far. But we are helping this tree. We are cultivating the tree. And another thing about this trench, the grass and the weeds that want to invade this space, and they do, they want to invade this area because it's nice. It's a virgin area for them. They want to go out there at where that nice dirt is and expand their roots. Well, grass roots don't really go that far down. So as they go out, they're going to go out and try to get past that trench. And every time you cultivate your tree, you just redo your trench. And if any grass roots have come up near the surface of that trench, you get them. You make a massive missile strike on them. You see, there's some right there that were trying to go. That's Bermuda grass. It was trying to get up under there. See there, that root there? It was trying its best, but we dug down and cut it. We don't really care what the grass does out here. We're just trying to protect this tree until it gets old enough to protect itself. How does a tree protect itself from grass? Well, it shades the ground when it gets big, and grass does not thrive in shade. So when this tree gets big, it will be a big boy, and it will be able to take care of itself. But when it's a little boy or girl, it needs to be protected from grass. Grass is persistent. I haven't worked too hard. This hoe, though, is wonderful. It's my go-to hoe. I've got a few weeds that I cut down. We'll get them out. And you can go ahead and use your fork end to kind of go down into the dirt and find out if any of that grass has reached any further down. And if it has, yep, I felt a piece right there that had gotten past the trench. Now, I don't know what this is, but it's got to go. It's already gone. Now, the next part of the system. You don't want to water the tree. You don't want to water in here. You want those roots to come out and get away and get strong. So I'll show you what you do now. Now, instead of watering all out around the tree, end of the tree, we're just going to water the ditch. And as the ditch fills up, we're going to be able to determine where it needs to be cleared out. And we're watching it go around, and it's soaking and soaking and soaking. Now, it will go down, and it will also go this way, and it will go this way, and it will go down. But that tree, that beautiful olive tree, will know, determine, it will know where the moisture is. And it will reach out. When those roots of that olive tree get out to this trench, this tree will be established. And you won't have to water it nearly as much because you'll have a large root system. All right, now we're going to pause just for a minute and we're going to let this fill up and we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Okay, we have been about 5 minutes filling this trench up. And it is completely full now. It's even breaking in on the inside of it, which is okay. It won't hurt for water to get in there to the tree, but it is not necessary. You're probably better off not to water that in there because a lot of times if a seed, some kind of weed seed or something has fallen in there, you'll cause it to sprout. But it's okay also to do it. And that is the drip edge trench system, bringing life-giving water to these trees. And these trees are babies. They have to be taken care of. I'm going to go over here now and put the hose back on this trench here. It doesn't need it, but I'm not quite through with my video yet. Living water. And that reminds me of the story of Jesus and the Samaritan woman at the well. When he asked her for water from the well. And the conversation turned around where Jesus told this woman, if you knew who I was, you would ask me for living water. Water that springs up from life eternal. And that when you drink this water, you will never die. And Jesus is talking about that he is the living water. And she said, Lord, give me that water. How can I get that water? Well, the story doesn't tell what happened. She did go to town and she told the people, I have found the Messiah. And the town came out and Jesus preached to them. But I have every idea that this woman confessed Christ. She said, give me that water. And that's all you have to do to get the living water, the life-giving, real life, eternal life that Jesus can give you, is say, Lord, give me that water. I want it. That's confessing Jesus. And then Jesus will pour some of that water on your heart and change you into another born-again creature. That is the gospel. That is the essence of the gospel. I would like to suggest that anybody and everybody out there in the sound or video of this video that has not done that will do it now. Say, Jesus, yes, save me. Give me that water that comes up, an everlasting water, a spring of life. And Jesus will take care of the rest. All right, that's my advice to you, and that's my advice to you of how to take care of these baby trees. You baby them, they're babies. You fuss over them. Now, you don't have to water them every day. They don't live in a swamp. Depends on your climate. If you're in the desert, you might have to do it, a fair amount. But here in Georgia, we get a fair amount of rain. It's probably been 2 weeks, 3 weeks since we got any reasonable rain. And I felt like that it was a good idea to give this tree a watering. So that is my combination review of the Corona Go-To Garden Hoe. Get you one. Go down to Lowe's and get you one of these. Look at how it looks. It's not very long. 4 feet. They don't cost that much. If you're going to do any gardening, you need one of these right here. All right? So we're going to end this video by pointing the camera up into the sky where that moon is. And we're going to remind you that Jesus left Earth 2,000 years ago, and he said that he would be coming back the same way that he came to get the people that asked him for that living water and carry them into the dimension of heaven, known as the kingdom of heaven. Confess his name. Go ahead and do it. If you can't bring yourself to do it right now, Jesus said, ask anything in my name and I will give it to you. You notice he said anything in his name, that means he has to agree with it. Why not ask him to give you a picture, give you a sign, give you the knowledge that shows you that he really is God? You can ask him for that. Say, Jesus, would you please show me who you are? I'm on the verge of asking, but I just can't quite pull the trigger. All right, we're going to let it go now, and we thank you for watching.